Dr. Rob Philpott, and I'm an archaeologist, and I've been monitoring some of the test pits that are going on behind me as part of the initial work on the Shakespeare North site. The guys behind me are looking at the soil deposits and the rock deposits in advance of construction to inform the construction of the project of the Shakespeare North Theatre. And I'm looking at the archaeological bit of that to see whether the test pits that they're digging are producing any archaeological remains, which then will need investigation in advance of the construction work. Yesterday was quite interesting because we began to find one of the test pits had cut through a deep cellar, which we know was part of Highfield Place here in the 18th and 19th century in the middle of Prescot. This is really quite an important place in Prescot because it's very close to the centre of the medieval town, which we know was here from at least the 14th century, and in fact the settlement itself is much older than that and probably was here before the Norman conquest of 1066. There was a parish church here before that. So we're in the heart of the medieval town, and the test pit yesterday had cut through one of the cellars of the buildings that had been constructed probably in the 17th or 18th century on these plots behind me. And amongst the infill of the cellar and a pit that had cut through that, we found some 17th century pottery and also some earlier pottery, 15th and 16th century in date, which is interesting. A very nice connection there between the material that was coming out of these test pits and the era of William Shakespeare and the era of exactly the period when Prescot had its own playhouse right at the very end of the 16th and into the early 17th century. So it was nice to get some artefacts that would have been used by people who were able to walk past or use that playhouse in Prescot at the same time.